what's up? Well, today I want to talk to you about Adam and Eve. Who are they? What are they? And why? Why? Adam was created from the dust of the earth, and then God just like blew on him and he became man. We could go into more details, like he actually spent time making it look like a little human, and just like, oh my gosh, I gave you life. Ta-da! Okay, that's how Adam came to play. And so, like, as God was created, the little atmosphere he was living on earth, they were actually in the Garden of Eden. And the Garden of Eden had trees beyond belief and animals. And one day, he had to name the animals of the sky, the animals of the sea, the animals of the land. So Adam was doing that, and God's like, you know what? He needs a friend, a buddy, a companion, somebody to love. God was trying to be the wingman in this situation. He shouldn't have done that. He should have hired Cupid, is all I'm saying. But so he's like, you know what? I'm going to create someone special for him, someone so amazing, so cool, so wonderful. He should have minded his business. But whatever. Okay, so as Adam was just like having a nonchalant day, naming the cows, the horses, and the animals, he's like, you know what? He needs to take a break. So God basically did the sleeping beauty effect, and he's like, he needs to go into a deep sleep. And then, you know what he does when he sleeps? God goes over to Adam, and he's like, you know what? I'm just going to take one of your ribs and create a companion, someone for you to share life with. So, did Adam know? Not until later. So, as God was creating Eve with his rib, and oh God, he did that. He did that without him knowing. Okay, so I guess when he wakes up, he's like, oh, cool. God's like, hey, I made you a companion, a buddy, someone to share life with. And he's like, okay, oh. How would you react to that? Like, you were there first, like, okay, cool, yeah. And he's like, okay. And then he tries to explain his living situation too. Like, look, all these trees are here. All this fruit is here. All these animals are here. But here's the thing. Like, since I'm God, I'm going to place 2 trees in the middle. And it's going to be called the tree of life and the tree of good and evil. And don't eat out of the tree of good and evil. Why? Why would you do that? Like, your creation is now 100%, and you're giving them a test already as soon as they were born. Like, not trying to be shady, God, but do you really think that was the best way to go? Okay, so after you put the 2 trees in the middle, temptation's gonna appear. It always appears in the Bible. So Adam has finished his work, like naming, knowing Eve and stuff like that. So then guess who decides to appear? Yep, a snake decides to appear. It slithers its way on over, kind of like when people try to slide in your DMs. That's what the snake did. He slid into Eve's path. And he's like, hey, don't you think God maybe wants you to eat out of the tree? And this was not a period of one day either. Like, it was consistent, like, hey, are you sure? God said you could eat out of any tree. Any. So what about the one in the middle? And then she legit told him, like, if you read it, it's like, no, he said not to eat from that tree. And he's like, yeah, but the reason he doesn't want you to eat from that tree is because he doesn't want you to become a god. Oh my gosh, what a plot twist. But no, the plot twist was not that she disobeyed. It's that she became a normal person who has to deal with pain. Okay, so she ate the forbidden fruit. And she's like, she doesn't have the complete rationality like, oh, I'm naked. No. It isn't until Adam also's like, where'd you get this? And then, like, why didn't you ask too, brother? You should have asked, where'd you get this fruit? Like, if we were told not to do something, you should have asked to. So you're both equally responsible. Okay, so after that, he bit into it. And he's like, where'd you get this fruit after you bit into it? Why? Oh, I got it from the tree of good and evil. The one we're not supposed to eat from? Yeah. Oh my gosh, we're both naked all of a sudden? And then, you know what baffles me is that they go get twigs and figs and leaves to cover themselves. How did they know how to like attach leaves and figs? Like, where did that rationality come from? Like, how do you all of a sudden know how to make clothes, but you couldn't follow simple instructions not to do something? And then so God comes and he's like, they're like, oh, we're naked. And God's like, who told you that you were naked? And then God calls them out. Y'all ate off the tree of good and evil, didn't you? Yeah, we did. And he's like, well, now you're gonna die. There's punishment. There's a consequence. So girls is like the pain of giving birth, and men is having to work day after day, slaving each day. So that is the fun story of Adam and Eve. Yay! Well, I hope you enjoyed this story. And the Bible verses, or the chapter, is down in this description below. Bye, guys!